on watching a Transformers movie? No. Did I plan on reviewing a Transformers movie? Absolutely not. But here we are. I'm talking about it. Transformers: The Last Night. Here's my past for Transformers movies. I saw the original 3 a while ago, like early 2010s. It's been quite a while since I've seen any Transformers. Then, and I never bothered to watch Age of Extinction, I bothered to watch The Last Night. Why? Because I was bored. I expected that it would only take 2 hours of my life out. No, it actually took 2.5 hours. But what makes Last Night so special that I have to review it? Well, The Last Night is actually, possibly, the worst action movie I've ever seen. Whatever you want to call it, sci-fi action, it's one of the worst movies I've ever had to sit through. Now, granted, I haven't seen Age of Extinction. I barely remember anything from the Revenge of the Fallen, so I really haven't actually seen Revenge of the Fallen the whole way through. Well, I have. It's been a while, okay? But The Last Night is freaking abysmal. The movie is so stupid. Everything happens in this movie is so stupid, but the problem with that is, this movie doesn't know it. What separates Transformers from, like Rampage, Pacific Rim, Godzilla, like those movies? Well, those movies know they're stupid. Each and every one of those movies knows that they're dumb, fun, popcorn action movies. Michael Bay never knows how to do that. The Last Night takes itself so dark, and it does have a level of comedy to it, and it is terrible. The sense of humor in this movie is so off. Hey, Megan Fox is in it. Yeah, let's replace her with an actress that's almost equally as bad as her. I could have seen The Mummy, but it wasn't Prime on Amazon, and this movie was. So here we are. God, why didn't I just use Netflix? Now, if you're wondering, was I ever confused during this movie? Actually, no. I know enough about Age of Extinction. I know the characters. I know the plot. I know enough about Age of Extinction to be able to watch a sequel to Age of Extinction. Do I have to watch Age of Extinction? Like, some say Last Night's the worst Transformers. Some say that Revenge of the Fallen is the worst. I don't see Age of Extinction as the worst a lot. I have heard it before. But I do. How can you get... If this is the worst... If this Last Night is... If a Transformers movie is worse than this, I don't know how that happens. I'm serious. The Last Night is terrible in every single sense of the word. I guess Mark Wahlberg's trying to save this movie the whole way through. Michael Caine's in it. It's really depressing to watch him in this movie. Guess the designs of the Transformers are pretty cool. Also, I hear a lot of cliche that Michael Bay does is that he has the military in his movies, and that cliche is so apparent in this movie. I actually watched 3 bad movies in a row, 3 I had never seen before. I watched Smurfs: The Lost Village, My Little Pony the movie. Don't know why I watched it, I just did because it was there. And I was like, I'm just gonna click it. And I watched The Last Night, which is the worst of the 3, The Last Night by far. Also, the aspect ratio is not consistent in this movie. It just switches back and forth to the different ratio. It's so jarring. Like, it fits my full TV at one time, then there are black bars, then it works, then there's somewhat of black bars, then it's full. And it's not like one scene has one aspect ratio, no, it's just every shot. Like, every time someone's shooting something, it's at some ratio. Which confuses me. This means that there were different cameras for every shot. Can you be consistent, Michael Bay? I'm worried that this is what happens in the other Transformers movies. And you're wondering why I'm reviewing The Last Night now. I was planning on reviewing this movie actually when Bumblebee came out, but I was like, nope, I want to kill The Last Night now. There were 2 movies last year that were the last some form of night. There was The Last Night, and there was The Last Jedi. One was really good and one was really bad. You know which one was really bad and you know which one was really good. And there's actually one scene in this movie where, what's his name? Optimus Prime is, like, doing something pretty cool. Optimus Prime is in this movie at the last third. He couldn't save it. When Optimus Prime is fighting, it's actually pretty sweet. Only I'm not entertained at a single moment in this movie. Why was I never entertained during The Last Night? Because what this movie does is every single action sequence is ruined by giant explosions or just the worst slow motion. After 5 Transformers, you'd think Michael Bay knows how to make good action. Nope, apparently not. There's not really much else to say. The plot is really stupid. This movie has 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. Kinda deserves it. But that still confuses me. Out of 16%, out of 100% of critics, 16% liked it. That's still over 10%. It's over 15%. That's quite embarrassing to the human race. What's this movie's target audience? 12-year-olds and only 12-year-olds. And I'm just a tad bit, I'm just a couple years over the age of 12. And I thought this movie frickin' sucked in every way. Those over 12-year-olds, I'm not sure at all. So, is it the worst movie of 2017? It's a close second for me. I still think the movie with the emoji movie... The cops are on their way trying to get me for saying the name of that movie. Sorry, the movie about emojis is definitely the worst from last year. Also, the thing about this movie is it is 2 hours and 30 minutes. And there's not a lot of filler scenes in this movie, but what this movie does have is a lot of scenes that Michael Bay, instead of adding random dumb scenes, he instead adds just really just stretches out the scenes. It's really annoying and it makes the movie like a 3-hour watch, and I freaking hated every second of that 3-hour watch. Guys, in the end, Transformers The Last Night sucks in every conceivable way. I did not expect it. I was actually sadly disappointed by this movie. Thought it was going to be terrible. I got more terrible. It's so stupid and it has no idea that it's so stupid, and it's just overall a complete mess of a movie, and I hated every second of it. It's hard to say. I'm going to give Transformers The Last Night a 2. Why will I give it not a 1? Because it's not bottom of the barrel. It is bottom of the barrel, but it isn't like the worst movie I've ever seen. It might be the worst action movie I've ever seen. Like high budget, over $100 million movie I've ever seen. But it still sucks. What do you guys think on Transformers The Last Night? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye. I will get every Transformers movie review out by the time Bumblebee comes out. It'll probably all happen in December. But yeah, see you guys next time. Bye!